What's up, everyone? Today we're settling the ultimate debate, New York versus California. Which state will destroy your wallet? We've spent weeks and a ton of money gathering real data to answer this once and for all. We're comparing rent, home prices, salaries, healthcare, and even safety. This is the ultimate cost of living showdown. Charts, experts, and numbers that will blow your mind. By the end, you'll know which state is truly the king of expenses. Let's dive in and find out. First up, rent. The one word that can make anyone living in a big city break out in a cold sweat. Whether you're a student, a young professional, or even a family, rent is the monster lurking in your monthly budget. It's the biggest monthly expense for most people, and it's only getting higher. Every year, it seems like the numbers just keep climbing, making it harder to get ahead. We checked the average rent for a one-bedroom in the biggest cities, and the results are enough to make your jaw drop. In Manhattan, it's a jaw-dropping $4,200 a month. Even Brooklyn isn't far behind at $3,500. That's more than many people's entire paychecks. Albany, $1,500. Still high compared to much of the country, but it almost feels like a bargain next to the city. Now let's head to California. LA averages $2,800, San Francisco $3,300, and San Diego $2,900. These are some of the highest rents in the nation, and they're not slowing down. So, while New York City is the single most expensive, California's high rents are spread across all its major cities, making it tough no matter where you go. If you compare NYC to LA, New York is over 50% pricier for a one-bedroom. That's a huge difference for the same amount of space. Living in LA instead of Manhattan could save you $16,000 a year. That's enough for a vacation, a new car, or a serious boost to your savings. But outside NYC, New York's rents drop fast, while California stays expensive everywhere. No matter which city you pick in California, you're still paying a premium. So, for peak rent pain, New York wins. But for consistently high rent, California takes the hit. It's a lose-lose for your bank account. Round 1, California is less insane overall, but NYC is the rent king, wearing the crown for the highest prices. Either way, your wallet is in trouble. No matter which coast you choose, rent is a beast you'll have to battle every month. Let's see if buying a home is any better, or if it's just another chapter in the nightmare. Renting is brutal, but what about buying? If you think homeownership is the answer, brace yourself, because the reality is even more overwhelming. The process is stressful, emotional, and often heartbreaking, especially in today's market. The median home price in New York State is now $450,000. If you're looking anywhere near New York City, expect to pay over $780,000 for a home, sometimes for a place that needs work. In Manhattan, the numbers are even more staggering. Over $1 million might get you a tiny condo, barely big enough for a bed and a couch. California's median home price is $860,000, nearly double New York's. In Los Angeles County, the median is $900,000, and that's just for a starter home. In the Bay Area, it's even more extreme. The median price is over $1.5 million, and competition is fierce, with bidding wars driving prices even higher. To afford a median home in New York, you'd need to make at least $120,000 a year. In California, you'd need to earn over $220,000 just to qualify for a mortgage, not to mention property taxes and maintenance. For most people in both states, homeownership feels like a distant dream. In California, it's almost a fantasy, something out of reach for all but the wealthiest. New York does offer some relief if you're willing to move far from the city, where prices drop. But in California, high prices are everywhere, from cities to suburbs. So, in this round, New York is technically the more affordable option, but only by a slim margin. For most, the American dream of owning a home feels more out of reach than ever. Let's talk salaries. When you see those big numbers on a job offer, it's tempting to imagine a life of comfort and security. But does a higher paycheck really mean you'll have more left at the end of the month? Or do the costs of living in these high-paying states eat up your gains? In New York, the average salary is about $75,000, and in NYC it jumps to $85,000. For software engineers, the number climbs even higher, around $140,000. Impressive, right? Meanwhile, California's average salary is a bit higher at $80,000. In tech hubs like Silicon Valley, software engineers can pull in $170,000 or more, making it seem like a dream for tech professionals. But here's the catch. Those higher salaries in California are quickly swallowed up by sky-high housing costs, especially in cities like San Francisco and Los Angeles. That extra $30,000 you might earn, it often vanishes into rent or mortgage payments, leaving you with little extra to show for your hard work. In New York, especially outside the city, your money can stretch further. Lower housing costs mean you might actually save more, even with a slightly lower salary. So while California offers higher pay, the cost of living can make it feel like you're running in place. In both states, budgeting is a challenge. This round, it's a tie. High wages and high costs balance each other out, making it tough for your paycheck to truly get ahead. What about healthcare? New York's average health insurance premium, $650/month. Out-of-pocket costs are lower thanks to strong consumer protections. California's average premium, $580/month, $70 less than New York. Why? California's insurance marketplace is super competitive, driving down prices. Over a year, that's $800+ in savings. So, for health insurance, California is actually cheaper. But costs can vary a lot depending on your plan and location. This round, California wins on healthcare costs. Safety matters. We checked crime rates. New York's violent crime rate, 364 per 100,000, below the national average. NYC is now one of the safest big cities in America. California's violent crime rate, 499 per 100,000, over 35% higher than New York. Property crime is also much higher in California. Higher crime means hidden costs, like pricier insurance and security. So, for peace of mind, New York is the clear winner. This round, New York takes it. Time for the final verdict. We've compared rent, housing, jobs, health, and safety. New York wins on home prices and safety. California wins on salaries and healthcare. But the overall cost of living index tells the real story. New York, 128, 28% above the national average. California, 142, 42% above average. The main reason? California's sky-high home prices. So, California is officially the most expensive state to live in. Your paycheck won't keep up with the costs. New York is expensive, but California takes the crown for draining your wallet. So, would you live in California or New York? California is the most expensive overall, thanks to its wild housing market. New York is safer, and a bit more attainable for homebuyers. Which would you choose? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more epic comparisons. We're always working on bigger, crazier projects for you. See you in the next one. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a showdown.